and we're here. We are somewhat alive and kicking. Hello to all my BC Wrestle Pod nerds out there, and welcome from the past in the future whenever you see this. But it is I, Mikey, and I am joined here by my good friend, Mr. Berdito himself, Mr. Benny Bear, as we talk about death before dis, not the five-finger death punch song. Or maybe, who knows? We'll figure that out as we go along. But yeah, hi, Betty. I'm happy to have you here for this one. Yeah.
What a great show. Happy to be here. Greetings and salutations. Let's rock and roll.
Yes, it is a jam-packed weekend up ahead, which we'll tell you about, a little bit later. But let's talk about a show that happened last Friday, which of course is the second Ring of Honor pay-per-view for 2026, which is Death Before Dishonor, which means that the final pay-per-view is going to be Final Battle sometime at the end of this year. And who else knows what ROH has got up its proverbial sleeve. But we got lots of things to talk about. A show that was, I don't want to use the word plagued, but a show that had lots of changes and matches made literally as the show was going on, and it still managed to do really, really well. So, y'all already know the drill here at BC WrestlePod. We go live. You can find us on our social medias, all that good stuff. Yada, 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 whenever you watch this, because we are coming to you live from the past. So, whenever you decide to watch this, check it out. Well, let's get into it because there's like 12 matches we got to get through, and so let's quickly get through our 0 hour because we had some fun stuff, but we don't need to spend too much time on everything. So let's just jump into it. Kicking off 0 hour, of course, we had this match. By the way, shout out to the graphics department. I really love the graphics that we got to use for Death Before Dishonor for this show. It just looks. I love the juxtaposition between fire and ice. It was great. But anyways. Kicking off 0 hour, we had a tag team match. Miss Queen Aminata and Mina Sheriff taking on Viva Van and Bert Vixen. Say those two names 10 times fast. I love Queen. Mina's always fantastic. Love Bert. Viva, my vampire queen. I love you. This was a fun little match. And it's crazy that on a 0 hour, they actually got time, which was insane. I was like, ooh, we went double digits with this one. That's crazy. But this was a fun little one. I continue to grow more and more in love with Viva Van. I think she's fantastic. Like, so good.
Yeah, I agree with the graphic thing. Like, it's doing very like Game of Thrones or something like that. Yeah, I thought this match was pretty great. Like, a band, she has a great rolling heel kick that I really like, and she's definitely growing on me as well. Bert Vixen was great in this as well. And well, to be honest with you, like I've been really digging the Queen Aminata and Mina Shirakawa tag team. They've really been gelling lately. And I like there was this like the kisses swap in the spot in this match where like Queen Aminata does the thing with her butt, and Viva Van had done it beforehand, which I thought was really funny and really playful because that's just where the Aminata is.
Of course, Caprice losing his mind. She's the queen to me. I love that he does it. By the way, I'm going to continue to say this throughout this whole
That's
show,
a
but
pretty
shout out.
good Caprice.
You're queen to me. Listen, puberty may have hit me in all the other places, but it failed to hit me in the voice department, but that is okay, which is fine with me. But no, shout out and Caprice, man. They always, and I continue to say it, they're like my favorite commentary duo, commentary team right now in wrestling. They know their stuff. They're really great. Yeah, shout out to Ian and Caprice. I love them so damn much.
I'm just gonna make this real quick though. Like, I really wish that Ian could give this a full time go. I know he's got other stuff going on, but like he's such a great communicator. Like, and somebody we haven't had in wrestling in a long time. I also wish that like maybe they could give a shot to like Jordan Oliver to. Because something's gonna change with that collision show.
It really needs to, for reals. Like have Ian Caprice do like every other week or every 3 weeks. Like I think they would be great on Collision. But we could talk about it in another video we could do down the line. But I would love to talk about why Ian Caprice are my favorite and why I also really love Walker Stewart of New Japan and Stardom too. Like he is also really good. I love him.
Yeah, I love Walker Stewart and Chris Johnson together. Like I know Chris Johnson is a little bit controversial in the AEW space, but that man, he was just repeating the lines of somebody else. That's what I think.
Yeah. So again, Queen and Mina win. I love them as a tag team. This was a fun match. Continuing on in 0 hour. Oh my God, I didn't know we got this match until it was happening. And I was like, but Adam Brooks versus ELP. I don't know what's going on with ELP's New Japan contract, but like ELP is great, man. And so is Adam. Adam Brooks, of course, I love that Ian and Caprice really told us and filled us in because Brooks was supposed to debut before pandemic hit. And then because pandemic hit, that also meant that that's also when ROH went bye-bye, at least from its first iteration before Tony Khan revamped it to what it is now. So now he's officially here, and ELP's just great. Like, there's nothing else I could say. This is a really fun match. I really enjoyed it. Like, I love ELP, man. He's just so good, and he's a great person too. I love him. So yeah, that's all.
Yeah, I didn't know this match was gonna happen until they came out. So, because I was like literally writing like Adam Brooks versus ELP in my notes, and ELP like it feels like he's freelancing at this point, like which rules for him because just gets his name out there and everything, and like with Adam Brooks like being like let go in 2021, like how many people did that happen to? That really sucks, man. Like that pandemic really broke up a lot of stuff. Like,
I
but
know.
what you say?
No, I was gonna say I know, and like ROH really tried to do right by their wrestlers because I also read hearing lots of wrestlers that were part of ROH who were under contract at the time, like even during pandemic, as hard as ROH was trying to keep its doors open, they were trying to make sure that everybody was still getting paid, even
Yeah,
during pandemic, even with money troubles, like they were making sure everybody got paid. So I can't I can't fault them because they were trying to do right by them, which
no
unfortunately
doubt,
in
no
this
doubt,
it
no doubt.
yeah, so, I mean, ELP, man, great. Yeah, and Adam Brooks, this was a fun one. So, moving on to our next match really quickly. Just yes, loved it.
I said it on social media. I'll say it. I'll say it again. All the flips. All the
Flip
flips.
all the flips. Indeed. And give me Commander and AR Fox one-on-one. Let's go. Like,
Yeah,
also, very interesting for Soleil. I love him. Of course, formerly known as Simiak, love him as well. So love it. But yeah, all the flips. Great stuff. Moving on. My boys, y'all just lost your GCW Tag Team Championship. So hopefully that is a sign. That means we're going to see you more on ROH and AEW. But Alec Price and Jordan Oliver, Busta in the Brain, taking on the Don Callis family, Echiseto, Brian Cage. Fun stuff.
yeah. This was pretty great. Like, I also didn't realize how big Jordo was until this match because as big as Brian Cage is at wide,
I was just like, it is insane of how, like, size-wise there, like, height-wise, I was like, "Yo, this is insane."
it could not be any different. But I'm not body shaming anybody. I'm just saying it was like a stark contrast. That's
Oh,
all I
no,
mean.
100%, and nothing by it either, like, oh my goodness, this was fun. Don Callis family picks up the win. We gonna talk about them in a little bit too because I'm like, there's a certain match that had a big old brawl. I was like, "How many tag teams are in this ring right now? Holy hell."
Alec Price, man, I love that kid, and that sell at the end was absolutely insane.
His
Absolutely insane. That bump on the spiking Hurricane Rana. Okay.
Oh, 100%. Buster in the Brain has such a unique offense, and Alec Price has unique offense anyways, it's unique too, but Don Callis family wins. That is what takes us out of 0 hour into our main card, so let's get into the main card, and we kick things off with this match, the ROH World Six-Man Tag Team Championship match. We have the champions, Dalton Castle, and the Outrunners taking on Lethal Twist. So that is Jay Lethal, Lee Johnson, and Vanilla Baby himself, Blake Christian. Blake is such a dick, and I love him for it. Like, he's such a dick heel, and I love it. Like, when he took the title, I was like, yo, this man's been wrestling it with it forever. He never takes it off. How dare you take it off? You're such a tool. And I love him for it.
Yeah, Turbo was so pissed too, like that he got it, and then like it instantly backfired on Turbo.
It's like, Turbo, focus up, bro. Come
Oh,
on.
my bad. It was Truth Martini, Truth Martini.
Truth Magnum,
uh,
yeah. Truth,
Truth
Killer, we got things to do.
Sorry, sorry.
You are good.
Like I really liked this match because like at first like they had swapped corners and like Bryce was like, "Wait, what? Who's what? You're supposed to be over there." And then like there was like a illegal tag, and then like Bryce like used the audience to figure out who was the legal, which was really fun. I love Bryce so much. Honestly, one of the best reps that they have. So much.
100%. Bryce is great. This match was also really fun too. Now there is a point though. I was a little worried because it looked like Dalton may or may not have hurt himself towards the tail end of this match. And I was just like, "Dalton, we just got you back." I mean, I haven't heard any
Yeah,
word if he's, like, out, but I haven't heard anything, so I'm gonna assume he's okay. He just took a nasty spill. But yeah, man, like, I'm kinda sad, spoiler alert, that Dalton Castle and Outrunners are no longer champions, but shout out to Lethal Twist. I think this is gonna be some fun stuff with them as heel champions. Also, it is important to acknowledge shout out to Jay Lethal as he is one of the only wrestlers to hold all 5 men's titles in the history of ROH in his career of both the original and this revamped brand. So shout out to Jay Lethal for that
definitely.
accomplishment. That's crazy.
Lethal's the man. He's always been the backbone of ROH. You know?
100%. I'm just like, I'm happy for Jay, but I'm also really excited for Lee and Blake here too, getting some gold here in ROH. They're gonna be fun, like, they're gonna be fun trios champions or six-man champions, my bad. So, we'll see what happens next, but this was a really fun opener, and yeah, this was really good way. By the way, shout out to this crowd too. I don't care if it's because they were in the building, this crowd got it. This crowd was fantastic all the way through. Thank you guys because I've been kind of poo-pooing on the Dynamite and Collision crowds. So ROH, Death Before Dishonor crowd, thank you for doing what needed to be done. Anyways, let's continue because I love Steph so much and I love Deanna so much. And yeah, man, like first of all, everybody, most of the people got the memo when it came to their ring gear. I was like, yes, love that. Got the reference. Cool. So, really quickly to set this up, this is our ROH Women's Pure Championship match. Deanna Purrazzo, the Virtuosa, defending her title against Steph Delander. Yeah, like I said, Steph really being the bruiser in this match, man, using those open like those closed fists to get what she needs and just absolutely knocking Deanna on her ass a few times. But it did come to bite her in the butt in the end, though, because Deanna would capitalize and, submit her. But there's not really much to say. I enjoyed it for what it was. I was a little bummed this only got 8 minutes. Didn't really feel like too much of like a like a true pure rules match. But then again, the story going into this is that Steph was kind of using the rule set to her advantage to create some distance and to get what she needs, but Deanna was able to kind of play the game and wait her out a little bit and struck with her submission. Oh my goodness. They keep calling it something things. Like I know in TNA she called it the Queen's Gambit as her submission maneuver, but
Yeah,
they
it's the
always
Venus to Milo.
yeah, Venus de Milo is what they're calling it here. I know in TNA she called it the Queen's Gambit, but the point being is that Deanna is still our women's pure champion. So yeah, those are my thoughts. Benny, what did you think of this match?
Yeah, I actually watched this one back today. This is probably one of my favorite PR matches of the year. But like honestly, like I really like the story of this one. Lander really using everything that he could just to throw Deanna off her game, and every heel tactic that Steph Delander had, Deanna was just waiting in the wings with like she was already 2 steps ahead of her. So I'm a huge fan of this. Like I actually watched it twice in like a matter of 3 days, and I think they did a great job with the 8 minutes that they got.
I'll agree with you there. I was a little bummed of how short it was, but I did really like the story. And this was one of the few stories of the matches that we got on this show that I was like, you know what? I really like this. Steph is going to utilize those rules for her benefit as best as she can, but Deanna proves that she's the champion because she was waiting and she struck when the time was right to retain. So good stuff all around. I hope Steph continues to stay at ROH because I love her and, of course, her hubby, Mance. Love both of them here. Yeah, what a journey for Steph, man. I was just like 2 years of being away, and now she's finally back in the ring, so it's really nice to see. So I've missed Steph, and I'm
Definitely.
glad she's back.
And she looked great here. But
Mhm.
I've seen a lot of her matches on the indies as well as since she's been back, and she looks in full form. And she's just a bruiser. Like she's just out to punch people in the face and hit the pay with.
We love it. So Deanna is still our women's pure champion, but good stuff all around from both women. Moving on into our next match, though, this was also a really fun one, in my personal opinion. We have an ROH Women's World TV Championship four-way match. Our champion Red Velvet defending her title against Sky Blue, Marina Shafir, and Zeta Steel. Damn, man, Red was on fire for this one. I really enjoyed it. I really love seeing that energy and that vigor from her. I'm gonna be honest, I kind of want to see her and Marina like go more one on one because I was just like, I just want to see more Marina, man. Like She is good. I think she's pushed this. Let's see more matches with Marina. I want to see her wrestle and fight hoes. Like, excuse my language, but I wanted her to beat up on hoes. Like, that's what I want to see. She could do it, Tony. Just do it. Sky's great. Zeta's great. This was a fun, quick, like 12-minute dance between these four. I also really loved how we got here too, even if it was a 2 week build to it per se. Also, Sky Blue, I need you to use the pan as a weapon from now on because it is iconic and you've created some of my favorite memes in the last 2 weeks because of it. But I enjoyed this for what it was. But I like I said, my biggest takeaway from this is I want to see more of Marina, but also it was really fun to see Red just come out the gate swinging and just nonstop the whole entire way through. She's really coming to her own, and I really love seeing the growth from Red. But yeah, that's all I got for this one. Benny, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I thought that was great. I also agree. I actually have it in my notes. It says more Marina and Red, please, because I thought they had incredible chemistry that you don't really get in a lot of modern wrestling. Like there's a lot of grappling in this tag match, in this four way. Sorry, and in the tag match that was at the duel before the death before the Sean or whatever it was, right? It's like a paragraph of a name, but that's not to discredit any of the other performers because I thought Zeta Steel has really shown out the last couple of weeks, last month or so. And Sky Blue, well, Sky, we all know how great Sky. Like it's no shock. I just wish that they would do more with her because her growth in ring has been incredible as well, just as much as Red Velvet. Like Sky's in-ring ability is incredible. Just please get away from the code red. It never worked. It never worked. I
It's
love
one
you,
of those
but it
thi
never worked.
I was like, "Listen," I was just like, "We need to figure out different move sets." Like, love it, but
We
I know everyone wants to pay homage to the originator, but, like, no.
It's like, I like a pun myself, okay? So, like, instead of the code red, it's a code blue. I understand, I get it, but it's not working.
Yeah, but again, some really fun stuff. Red is still our women's world television champion. I would love to see her and Marina go on a one-on-one. We'd love to see it. Moving on. Now, I have to give props because this was a last minute change, literally. Because we originally this was supposed for the Ring of Honor Pure Champion. It was supposed to be Lee Moriarty versus Nigel McGuinness. However, Nigel had set kind of, I don't want to say pulled out, but Nigel was not medically cleared and he is given his whole situation and his extent of his injury. I also feel that AEW didn't want to jeopardize what's going on with the Continental Cup. And so the the episode before the pay-per-view, we had Wheeler Yuta and Katsuyori Shibata have an unofficial like number one contenders match in which Shibata won. So Shibata would earn the right to face Taiga Style Lee Moriarty for this pure champion. Very nice, like short 9 minute bout. I know it's not the match we were originally going to get, but come on, it's Shibata. Shibata Bread out here is literally his moniker is the wrestler, and you already know you won't get good stuff from him. And Lee is also fantastic. Moriarty is great. Like not what we originally planned, but still really fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest right now. Like, Lee's probably one of my wrestlers of the year right now. Like, it's a short list of wrestlers of the year, simply because I think he's brilliant, and we finally got Dickhead Shibata back in this. Like, and that's what we've all been waiting for, right? Like, yeah, like Happy Shibata has been great for like the past 2-3 years, whatever. But like, his name is the wrestler because he's no shenanigans, right? Like, it's no thrills, no frills. Like he's just gonna show up and beat your ass and leave, right? But I'm really glad that Lee Moriarty does those neck bridges because that's on the outside with the guardrail, like with the top, where like you just see Lee's neck go. Oh, that looks awful. Oh, that looks awful.
It's like, oh,
This wasn't the first time I had noticed it all night, but like I think it was like probably in the first match, right? I've noticed that like there's no margin for error on the outside of the ring tonight. Like there's no margin.
there really isn't. And I was just like, oh, this can go 100% really bad. But thank goodness it wasn't.
Yeah, luckily everybody got the memo. Catch everything.
Please,
you know,
please. But yeah, again, Even though this was not the match we were originally going to get, I already knew we were gonna have a really good time with this one, and a good time was had. Lee Moriarty, Tiger Style is still our pure champion. Yeah, when Nigel is better, man, I really hope we get that third encounter between the two of them. Like, holy hell, I'm so ready for it. Like,
Yeah. The funny thing is, like, I wasn't really super intrigued by the Nigel and the going in because, like, it would take. I swear we were doing something different with Lee, and then all of a sudden they just like swerved to Nigel. I was like, "What are we doing?" They're like, "Josh, good evening, man."
I see.
Like, I thought it was gonna be Josh Woods,
Right.
like at Death Before Dishonor, but you know what? Shibata rules anyways.
Shibata bread for the win. I was like, listen, Shibata, Nigel, I'll even put Wheeler into the mix. Like any combination of those three going up against Lee, I'm like, we're gonna have a great time. Ooh, this is a fun question. I didn't get a chance to watch the show live. What's the one match that I need to make sure and go back and watch? Oh, that's gonna be really hard. We're still gonna talk about the matches, but I want to spoil it. I guess I'll
I
go
would.
first. Go, or you go ahead.
No, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I was just gonna say, just probably Nick Wayne and Bandito,
Ooh,
and depending on your taste, Adam Priest versus Daniel Garcia, which we're about to touch on next in a few minutes. But I'd like,
100%. And for
what was
my
your
answer, sorry, I was in the middle of a sneeze. That's why I was about to sneeze. So I was like, "You could go. I gotta sneeze." No, but to answer your question, wrestling related YT, for me personally, I actually have to agree. I also think Adam Priest and Daniel Garcia is worth out of your way. But then, of course, for me, I don't care. I know it's overly done, and I know we complain about her title reign, but I gotta say, Athena and Hazuki also fucking killed it for me. I was just like, God damn. We gonna talk about that. I'm gonna be
Oh,
honest.
definitely.
The if if you want a taste of everything between really good men's wrestling, women's wrestling, and gimmick matches, honestly, the last three matches I think are really great spots to watch as like something for like any whatever you prefer. Like, great men's wrestling, fantastic women's wrestling, or if you like I guess we could call it a hardcore match, but I mean, technically, because both of them bled, but yeah, but let's get into it, though, 'cause we mentioned it a little bit, but before we can get to Adam Priest, though, because we gotta talk about this, though, I'm like, "Ooh, this was a lot." I'm gonna be honest, I really like a lot of the people in this match. It wasn't bad necessarily, but this was my least favorite match of the entire night, unfortunately. I was just like, I feel like we kinda got lost in the sauce a little bit when it like, the beginning was okay, ending was fine, but the middle match of this, I was like, it was kind of a mess, and I'm very sad because I really like a lot of these folks, but this was match was kind of messy.
Yeah, I didn't like.
I was so bummed.
I don't care for the four corner tag matches because it stunts the momentum of the match. Like they should do like Dragon Gate does, where like there's four people in the ring. It's just four teams, right? And then just have two reps, one on the outside, one on the inside. Like it's really not that hard, but like I could not care about. It.
And it sucks
But
though. It sucks because listen, I love Místico and Máscara Dorada. Listen, as much as the gimmick is kind of cringe for them right now, I do like the Kingdom, but this was a mess match. This was messy and not in the good way. I listen, if it was at least a car crash of a match, then I'd be like, I can forgive the mess, but this was just not great. And I was so disappointed.
yeah, actually, I didn't have any expectations going into this because I was like, I've seen like all these guys have been champions. It's just except for Top Flight when they were supposed to win them, and the Dante accident happened, so they put them on the Lucha Bros, who never defended them, by the way.
I was like, we could have got banging matches, honestly, like for real.
Yeah, but at that point they were like, I don't want to be our champion. Like nobody wanted to be it at all.
I know. It's it sucks because, like, at least in the rebrand, at least we had, like, the Briscoes and FTR, like, that feud gave us life in that first year of the rebrand ROH, but whatever. Really quickly, though, wrestling related. So what you're saying is this is a typical ROH pay-per-view, and I need to watch the whole thing. I'm not saying that you need to watch the whole thing, but you probably could if you wanted to. But to be honest, you could also skip this match and you won't miss a lot of things, which is unfortunate to say.
Yeah, I agree. Like you could pick and choose the matches. Not all of them are need to. You need to. You have.
We're gonna talk about her in a little bit, though. My forever champ. We'll get into it.
I love
Especially,
me some.
listen, I was just like, I don't like to use the word fumble that often, but her previous her previous bosses fumbled her. But that's neither here nor there. Sky Team retained the championships. I hope we get better for them because they are fantastic. Give them I'm gonna be so for real. You know what? If we want to, let's put AR Fox and Commander against them. Like, give me all the flips.
Yeah, yeah, I'm down for that. I was just gonna say, like, when you said, like, missing Dorado retain, it's like, no, you don't say. So
Really, I looked at this field and I was just like, it would be a crime, a hate crime, if you will, if Místico Mascarada of anybody here. I'm like, and again, I love the kingdom, but we talked about this offline. They really need a manager to help them direct this new gimmick they got going on. I don't know what's going on, but Maria, you want to come back, girl? I know you kind of taking a break and you being mom, which I love for you, but like, we need some guidance for these boys. But anyways, let's move on because this was the only blight of the pay-per-view in my eyes. But then it got good again though, because this was literally a last-minute match. So Eddie Kingston was not medically cleared to compete against Claudio Castagnoli on Collision literally the next night. So we had a play-in match to determine who would be taking Eddie's spot and would be fighting Claudio in the Continental Cup on Collision. So we have Adam Priest versus Daniel Garcia, dark horse match of the night, an absolute banger and definitely worth a watch because on paper I was like, "Ooh, this is gonna be pretty good." And then hot damn, they came out and they were just like, "Bam!" I was like, "Ooh." They're like they had. I will say this for I will say this phrase for the last three matches of the show, but these two wrestled like they had bills to pay. Oh, it was so much fun. Ooh, this. Anyways, I can't articulate in English words. Benny, maybe you can help me.
I'd like to, but let's see. What when this one was announced, like I was like walking into like it's going to get a quick break or something. I came back. I was watching Zero Hour, and this graphic came up, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Like that's gonna be intense. Like, and boy, was I love the fact like Adam Priest was like auditioning for a role on the main roster, right on the main show. It's not the main roster. It's not a brand, but Adam Priest really was just like I'm going for broke, and I love that kind of wrestler, man. Like it reminds me of like an old school like I don't know the WCW like TV champion type wrestler. Right? Like he just gonna throw knife edge chops and kicks and work over your leg for the next 30 minutes. That's pretty funny because like both of them were working the leg, right? And because Adam Priest's finisher is a single leg crap, and Danny's finisher obviously is the lion tamer or the dragon tamer, right? Which always bugs me when they say, "Oh, he's got the lion tamer on, but he's not sitting back yet," because it's like it's not really the lion, the dragon tamer. Like he has to sit back on it to, really wrench it in.
Like, Danny is so good, but also Adam Priest, I don't know if underrated is the more accurate term to describe Adam anymore, but, like, he's just so damn good, like, honestly.
Yeah, like I remember like I started watching DPW a little while ago. Like probably like just before I Photoshop. And the first match I saw of him, I was like, "Who the hell is this guy? Like, what is this?"
Like, I don't know too much of how he would work in, like, a technical style, which I think he would be great at, but if we're gonna hold off between Nigel and Lee for a little bit, I would like to see Adam Priest and Tyga style go at it, like, in a proper like, give them 30, 40, 50 minutes, pure match, like, anyways, really great dark horse match, like, low-key banger. Denny would win, and he would spoiler alert, he tried really hard, but Claudio Castagnoli beat that ass. I was like, "Hot damn, they tried," but I was like, "Yep, Danny, say your prayers. Claudio gonna kill you," and he did.
Yeah, I think that like it's another thing that like made me love this match more because there was like, both of these guys like one of these guys is gonna be fighting Claudio like, tomorrow. Like that match's gonna be even just as great, and it was.
It truly was, but Danny would win this match. He would go on in a losing bout to Claudio the next night on Collision, but low key a banger. Let's keep going because, oh my God. If y'all say that Blackheart Leo Rush is not working for you, then I need you to have several seats and I need you to like take a breather, get a latte because I'd be like, you're lying to yourself. Because I was like, how can you not like Blackheart Leo Rush? I think he took a gamble on this character and it's paying off for him. Also, just to say Blackheart Leo Rush is a gay icon. We're gonna call it as it is now. He is a gay icon. He is giving me somehow, I don't know how in the horror community, but like Blackheart Leo Rush is kind of loosely based off of the movie horror mascot icon character, the Babadook. And I was like, somehow the Babadook became a gay icon, and so he has Blackheart Leo Rush. Gay icon for the win. But in a fight without honor for the ROH World TV Championship, Blackheart Leo Rush versus Action Andretti. I really like the story and the recap package for this one. It tells us everything that these two have been through. They were a tag team and then they are not. And then this is how it ended up here. Leo was great in this. I have to give kudos. I have to give to kudos to Action Andretti. Not to say that his wrestling is bad, but like the man put in some work in this match too. Like both of them did fucking fantastic. And this was such a fun match, man. Like very the spirit of Sabu was present in everybody in this match. Like, yes, 100%. Leo Rush's gear was iconic AF. Like, yes. This was just a fun match. And if you didn't like this match, like, I can understand it, but like, who doesn't like fun? This was fun.
You know who doesn't like fun? Wrestling fan. But I digress. This was everything I wanted, like, and then more. Cause like, every time Leo would do something like Sabu related, like just like a little bit of me that's like, "Woo," like when they were first starting out, right? Like they're like sort of like testing each other out, and like Leo usually runs with his hands and knees now, or hands and feet like a dog or whatever. But like he did like the Sabu like toe pick, and I was like, oh my god, like this is great. This is the best thing I've ever seen. Like I don't know, they did the lights on, lights off with Hook standing in the ring, which was homage to when Taz in the ECW arena. And I got the reference right away. I was like, oh man, this is amazing. But like, Hook was dressed like one of the Backstreet Boys or something. Like who wears well, I'm not gonna say that, but wears that kind of skirt nowadays? Nobody. You look like the bully from like gonna challenge me to a boat race. But I digress. Yeah, it really has been putting it together the last few weeks. Like, with the presentation and everything, and like he really stepped up on this one. Really leveled up on me in this one. And you know what? They even changed my opinion about the op. I like the ops that's like a crew of degenerate young kids.
Them hooligans.
Damn hooligans.
Like, you kids get off my porch. Like, you kids get off my lawn and my porch. Like this. You could tell that both Benny and I are curmudgeony old farts. Not really, though, but kind of, sort of. We'll figure it out.
Shake hearted boy.
Oh my goodness. But no, I really love the running with Hook and Bowens. Like, I really do appreciate it that Action Andretti is your new television champion. But the end, man, literally that black heart, I was like, oh, that imagery is gonna be is iconic. Like, oh
Yeah.
my goodness. If this character couldn't have gotten any better, and it did.
Oh, I know, right? Like when I saw that the black heart was inside, I was like, oh man, like that is a great way to introduce that. Like, good on you, Leo, man. Like, such a creative dude. I love it all. It's fine.
It's fine. It's like, it's fine. Low key, I'm so excited for him and Over in Progress. I'm excited for him and Rio to fight. Like,
Oh yeah, that's gonna be great.
it's such a weird mismatch of people in matches, but I'm low key excited for it. But anyways, yes, this is one of the matches that you should definitely go out to watch, and so is this next one because goddamn, bro, Bandito keep having heaters of matches on these pay-per-views since, for the last year and a half, 2 years he's been champion, but which is to be expected, but Nicholas Wayne, you get these flowers, you get my non-existent award of being like probably my favorite person on this pay-per-view. Then you listen again, you wrestled like bills had to be paid. You're just like, hey guys, I went to the best of the Super Junior for the last 2 years. Let me show you what I picked up. Also, he hung out with Jun Kasai too much because I was just like, you're taking bumps, my friend, that I was not prepared. But hell to the yes. My God, what a match, man. This is on my short list for like matches y'all got a like favorite of the year. Like, hot damn.
Yeah, you all keep saying that, like, somebody should take the belt off, and this probably would have been a great moment to do it because this crowd was electric for this match. Because forgot to mention it with the Adam Priest match, like that crowd only cared about Dave Garcia for like 3/4 of that match, right? Like, but like Nick Wayne had this, and Bandito had this crowd of rock and the ECW or the 2300. And Bandito he just brings the best out of everybody. He really does. But, Nick Wayne really found something in Japan, man. Like, found this new confidence. Like, he's cut okay promos, but now he's cutting great promos. Like, he really found something, man. Something that light foot.
Oh my God. Like, honestly, like, I there's not enough words to describe of how great this match is, and I'm gonna get a little bit weird with it, Benny. So I apologize in advance. But like, I'm not a parent in any means necessary, but I want to say as a wrestling fan, I don't know if this makes a lot of sense, and maybe you can help me, Betty here, but I'm proud of Nick. I don't know if that makes any sense, but like since coming onto my AEW screen, because like I kind of heard of his name, but I wasn't really knowing Nick Wayne until he became a part of AEW and all of that. But I'm really proud of Nick, man. Like, holy hell, just the turnaround he's had in the last couple of months of fighting his character. It's working really well. Having kind of getting television time and he gets this match. I was like, this is a statement match for his little young career. And I'm hoping that we continue to push him upward. I'm proud of Nick.
Yeah. And, like, one thing I love is that he's sort of, like, doing a Christian Cage imitation, like, with his facial expression, so there's that.
I'm really proud of you, Nick. And Bandito, again, putting on heaters. Bandito is still your champion. But this match was really fun. Bandito barely won by the skin of his teeth, in my personal opinion, for this one. Nick really brought it. And yes, fantastic, as always. But getting into the main event, though, Benny, listen, I know that certain styles of wrestling may not be any for anyone. And under normal circumstances, I respect and I love your opinion. But when it comes to this match, wrong. I don't know, man. Like, I know I complain about Athena's like really long ass title reign at this point and how she's like, she has held this championship for so damn long. But honestly, though, Hazuki, if Stardom doesn't be careful, honestly, I don't know if Tony would kind of scoop you up when your contract is up, girl, if you wanted to come to the States. But main eventing Death Before Dishonor for the ROH Women's World Champion, the forever ROH champ Athena defending her title against Stardom's Hazuki. Oh my god, like I don't have enough words. Like brutality, crazy wrestling. I thought they died like at least 18,000 times. Coming to find out later that Athena had a whole entire asthma attack in this match and still kept going. Like I'm trying to be very careful because I don't want to overhype this match because I know this match is not for everyone. But for me, I really fucking love this match. Not just because Athena is great, but honestly, I really think her previous work in AEW has been great, but this is really for the people who had no idea who Hazuki was, and she's like, "Oh, bet, let me show you what I can do." Because God, man, holy hell! Sorry for my cursing. I'll stop now. Benny, thoughts?
Yeah, this match was great. Hazuki is amazing, and she clearly wants to be in the States. It says, like, a glow about her, right, when she's performing. It was never in doubt. Never once did they make me believe that she was gonna because I knew she wasn't. So this match, I still like the match. It was fine. Like, but I'm gonna cut myself off here because I don't want to say anything that because it's fine. Like it was just fine.
No, Benny, you need to let your thoughts be known. No, I'm just kidding. I think I know what you're thinking, and I totally understand, friend. I really, really do. Because I probably would agree with you too. I love Athena to death, but like at this point, who gonna take it off her? And the question is, would we care? Honestly, I feel like we've gone so far in this plot. Like I really don't know who can take it off her. And I'd be like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. Because my reaction would be like, I love you, Athena, but finally.
Yeah, I'll probably pop for it, but it nothing changes if nothing changes. Like we keep buying these pay-per-views, they keep doing great stuff, and then like nothing ever changes. No title changed hands tonight, except for sorry, one
It's
did.
the six
The
man and the
TV title.
TV champ
Oh yeah, and
TV title. Yeah.
oh that's fair. I guess, but I don't take it back. Like a lot of stuff just doesn't change. It doesn't matter. Like the Lethal Twist is just gonna go to AEW proper and hang around with the demand because now they also have trio titles now. So like I don't know, man. Like I love ROH and I don't want to say the bad things about them. It's just that like
No, let's talk about it. It's not even a bad thing. How about this? I will be the bad guy so that way you don't have to feel like you have to be. Is that okay? I will
fair.
be the bad guy because I think we agree upon this because I think what Benny's trying to get at and listen, if anyone comes from my friend on the on the good day on the wrestling gods internet, we will fight verbally. So just a forewarning, you come from my friend, we will fight you, but I will also love you and fight you out of love. But the point being is that what I think Benny is trying to say, which I know he is, but I will be the bad guy so he doesn't take the hate and the hits. But the pay-per-views for ROH for this rebrand are freaking fantastic, man. Like they are always top-notch wrestling. They always give us really good stuff. And in fact, ROH pay-per-views are probably some of my favorite shows to look forward to every time we get one because I know they are going to deliver on so many levels and they are going to be amazing stuff. In-ring wise, it's always fantastic. But you can only do that so much if your television product is of equal or close to equal value when it comes to the storytelling, to, developing characters, to actually having, consistency in terms of like what we're doing. But the problem is that ROH as it stands now, they got a really fun roster of people you can do stuff with. But over the last 2 years, because we're in the 3rd year of this rebrand of ROH under Tony Khan. In the last 2 years, it's just been so not that it's been bad, but it's just like it feels like it has no soul. Like it's
Yeah,
just
it's just a treadmill, really what it is. Like, it's like a hamster wheel, you know?
exactly.
Like, we get excited, and then nothing happens, and then 3 months goes by, and then we get excited, and then nothing happens, and then we you know? The same thing over and over and over again, but we keep falling for the trick, so
I don't know what that says about us as wrestling fans because on the one hand, I would be like, I could stop if I want to, but then also I probably won't because I do like ROH pay-per-views because they always bring the in-ring. But
yeah, the matches are all great. It's just the follow through and what they mean, right? Like, because to be honest with you, this is the most I'm gonna say about it, and then we'll get out of here. Is that like, or I'll stop topic. Talk. I think the match with the most stakes in this entire show was Adam Priest versus Daniel Garcia.
yes, absolutely, because it truly was this really could go 50-50. Like, the stakes were there. They both wrestled like Bills had, which probably did, but there was an actual, reward for the winner of that match, and it meant a lot. Like, I think that and, to wrap it up too, because again, I still thought this was a fantastic show. It was really good in-ring, but at the same time, N I mean, the change of the television championship and the six-man tag team champions was a genuine surprise. I was like, "Oh, okay, that's kinda cool." But like your bigger titles, I never thought I'm gonna be honest, I as bad as that match was, I never for one second thought that Sky Team were gonna lose their titles. I didn't think I figured Bandito wasn't gonna lose his. I knew Athena wasn't going to lose hers, which, don't get me wrong, banging matches. But when it's pretty safe to bet that the champion is going to retain because of the track record, like, you can only do that so much. Like, I wanna feel like, "Oh, we actually could see the title change hands," but I digress. That's all we're saying for with ROH. We love the pay-per-views, and we're gonna continue to watch and, cover them because we wanna spotlight good wrestling where there's good wrestling. But we're
Absolutely.
the weekly shows, we're like Benny said, it's like a hamster wheel running, treading water, like, there's no seasoning. I was like, "There's no seasoning. Give me my seasoning."
Also, it's like the episodes could be anywhere between 45 minutes and 3 hours.
Lord
Like,
help
there's
me.
no in between.
I was like, "Can we stick to at least an hour?" 45 minutes is actually fine too. Like, if you give me, like, 45 to an hour weekly, baller, cool, that's fine. But 3 whole hours, I was just like, "This is a lot."
Even like anything after like an hour, I think of ROH, it's just squash matches and, and nothing moving along, right? So like it's just like you're just watching a regular indie that's in a giant building. But like the thing is, right? Like I don't want to say these things, and I love ROH. I lost my train of thought, but like I'm just gonna stop talking. Cut this part out.
No, we are not gonna do that. Just kidding. Listen, we always say here at BC WrestlePod, we are passionate about the things that we love, and we love ROH. We truly, truly do. The history is there. We love the talent that is there. But things need to change if they want my investment to actually want to cover the weekly shows again, like year one ROH rebrand was. But in the words of my good friend, I digress. But honestly, though, like I said, this pay per view was fantastic. We just want the TV to be better is the consensus of what it is. But that's it because we could be here forever, and I don't want that because we could be here for hours. But anywho, we're about to wrapping up, so that's gonna be it for us here. We got a whole entire packed week though, so stay tuned for all of that. But from all of us here to you at home, remember, take care of yourself, love one another, stay iconic, and more importantly than anything, you always deserve to finish your story. We will see you. Well, I will see you tomorrow for AEW and All In predictions. But until next time, peace.
Thank you so much for tuning in to another Vibe Tribe production. What's gonna happen next time? Well, you're gonna have to tune in to find out. But until then, remember, take care of yourself, love one another, and as always, make sure that you keep the good times rolling. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you next time.